Hello and welcome to video number 4 of Meet the Horses series. And today I have a really cool horse that I'm super excited to introduce you to, and I am really excited to get to know this horse better. First of all, look at how pretty this color is against this dark bay. Oh, gorgeous. Okay, this is Sprocket. You can't just follow me, buddy. You gotta go. Nobody can see you. Show them how beautiful you are. So this is Sprocket, and I think Sprocket was born October of 2017. Pretty sure 2017. So he's, what is he, 6? And can I do math? I don't think I can do math. He's gonna be 7. He'll be 7 in October. He's a late baby. So Sprocket is a Polish Arabian. He's not registered, but isn't he just the cutest little thing? Okay, so Sprocket, I got him in June of 2022. And my farrier actually told me about him for starters, and then another friend had told me a few things about him. Come on, buddy, why don't you move so everybody can see how cute you are? So Sprocket is a Polish Arabian, and get out of there. Go be frisky. Show everybody how cute you are. So I was not looking for him. I never am looking to buy horses or to get horses. It's just not my intention whatsoever. They just kind of show up in my life. So, but with him, I'm like, he was a clean slate, and that's kind of what speaks to me. Look at how cute his canter is. So for him, he was a rescue situation, and the gal that rescued him was ready to move him on to somebody who could train him and set him up for the rest of his life, because that was not what she was able to do with him. As a 2-year-old, this guy was found tied to a dog run, starved, and still a stallion. And this person offered to trade the horse for some hay. When she got him home, she gelded him, fed him, gave him all the vaccines that he needed, that sort of stuff. Did all the basic cares, got him healthy, okay? So, but this poor guy, the first 2 years of his life were not the best. He wasn't abused, so to speak. I mean, neglect is abuse, but he was starved. But he's not afraid of people, so that's good. He just simply didn't know anything, and he, hadn't been cared for. Moving forward, once he was healthy and ready to be started under saddle, he went up for sale. But it was kind of a situation where, he wasn't really heavily advertised or anything like that. So I decided to go and take a look at him, because with a program like mine, when horses get older, they work less. And so we always need to bring in younger horses to, be the next generation, to pick up the slack. It's important. So with this guy, I didn't have a plan per se. I usually do not. All I knew is, the least I could do was go look at him, see if he's worth taking home and starting or not, and I could always sell him if I needed to. When I went and looked at him, he was very, very much not wanting to be caught, because he wasn't used to being handled much. The gal that had him just took care of him and gave him what he needed, but he didn't have much handling. And she, she's like, oh, I'm so sorry that I haven't done much with him. And I said, you know what? That's what I prefer. I would rather they not be touched, because the less they're touched, the less I got to fix, especially if somebody isn't sure what they're doing. So I was pretty happy with him being a clean slate. He also had a buddy that he was with, and I'll do another video about him at a later date. The buddy's name is Telly. And so Telly came home with us too, because I felt bad for Telly. So with Sprocket, we get him home and basically just threw him back out in the pasture. Come on, guy. Are you gonna poop over there? That's a great place for you to poop because that's where the manure bucket usually is. I love when horses poop where the manure bucket is because it saves us so much moving around. Okay, come on, get moving. So with Sprocket, let's see, October 2022 is when I put the first handful of rides on him. Before that, it was like, well, just, you know, we took him to the beach, we ponied him a little bit, he stood tied here and there, he got groomed, he got good for the farrier, all those things. Just all the little things that are necessary for a horse to be a good citizen. Those are the things that he, come on, move it out. Those are the things that he got to do. So between my assistant and I, we got him going under saddle last October, so a year ago. And I can tell you that he was the nicest horse to start. Oh my gosh, he was so good. And he also, something I can say about this horse is he's so naturally balanced. So when you start horses, it usually doesn't feel very great for a while because, you know, they lean this way or that way. And he just felt very comfortable underneath me and very balanced and just correct. Like he felt like a horse that has already been ridden for quite some time. So I really, really like that. Now, life happens. He's got a few rides on him, and back in the pasture he goes for another year. So he's just been sitting and doing nothing. And that's just kind of how it works, you know. When a horse becomes a priority, that's when they get time put on them. But until then, I don't really care. They just go and sit in the pasture. It's not hurting them at all to be able to grow a little more, both physically and mentally. So I was fine with him just sitting. Now, this summer, yes, he has to be doing something. He'll be more employed this summer. I'm not really sure if he's going to be a lesson horse or if he's maybe he'll become a personal horse for me. Maybe he'll become one of my kids' horses. I don't know. But all I know is that he will have a spot within the program somewhere, whether it be personal or business use. But he's got a great personality. He gets along great with the herd. Him and Manzer are really good friends, and they play and play and play. So between Sprocket, Nash, and Manzer, it's so fun to have those young geldings because young geldings just kind of play differently than other horses do. I love how he really didn't want anything to do with being caught when he first got here. You know, it took a little bit for him to trust us, but now it's like you can't go in the pasture without him. He's always like the first one there. He just really wants something to do. He loves to be with people. So I always like when you can watch that change in them and see how they go from really being unsure and just not trusting you and not wanting to be with you to thinking, hey, humans are pretty great. They feed me, they brush me, they keep life interesting. I think I'll go with them. So it's cool. Sometimes he's a little bit of a pain in the butt because he wants to be with and you don't want him to be with. But I'd much rather that than the alternative. So he's just a great guy. Look at the cat. Kitty, kitty. Going to pick this guy up was one of those situations where it's like you just really don't know how it's going to go because I went and picked him up with my slant load trailer. It was my only option because I was picking up other horses too. And I'm like, well, we'll get him in. We'll figure it out. But he had only been in a trailer one other time, and that was just to go to his, home that he was currently living at. So he was a little unsure at first, but luckily I had his friend there. I got the friend in the trailer first, and then he went right in, and that was really awesome. So you can just tell he's got a great brain, and he's super smart. So because even, that situation, he didn't want to fight with anybody. That was not something he wanted to do. He just really wants to please no matter what it is. He's very willing and he's very kind and just a happy guy. He's really a pleasure to be around. So, and I love he's a great size. He's like the perfect size for kids. He really is. He's about, maybe 14 hands. And he's got a little bit of a little bit of a belly on him. He's just cute as can be. I just love him. He's got great feet. He's got great teeth. He's good for the farrier. He's just good for everything. Deworming, I still got to work on that a little bit, but he's getting better, and that will come. But hello, kitty. Hello. Hi. Hi, Lila. What do you think of that ball, Sprocket? So a little story about how he got his name. When Nash first came to live here, my kids really wanted to name him Sprocket, but he wasn't ours, so I didn't want to change his name. And then he wasn't ours, so I couldn't change his name. But then, you know, after he was here for a while, we got used to calling him Nash. So Nash it was. So when this guy came along, he had a name that we wanted to change. And so the kids wanted to name him Sprocket. So he got to be Sprocket. You want to come with me? You see that right there, that curious little expression? I love that. He's very interested in learning. I love his conformation. He's thick enough where he can hold an adult, but he's small enough where he's perfect for a kid. He's got nice thick bone on his legs. He's just put together so nice. He's all snowy from being outside. He's got a great winter coat. I just couldn't be happier with this guy. So I'm excited to see what his journey's like. So regardless of what I decide to do with Sprocket, I can tell you that he is a super little horse. Oh my gosh, he could not be any cuter. Look at his cute little nose, his little snip. And he's got really kind eyes, and he's just such a good boy. He loves attention. He likes to have a job to do. And I think he's just going to be a really great all-around horse no matter what we decide to do with him. So he is my priority this year, and one of my priorities. I've got a couple of them, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what this horse becomes. Hi, Jackson. Kitty, 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 kitty. Come here, kitty. My cats are very lonely because there's hardly been any lessons all in the last week because of the cold, so not many people have been around. So the cats are overly needy. Kitty, kitty, kitty. Kitty, kitty, kitty. Can you let go of my leg, please? Good thing I got extra layers on. Kitty, 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 kitty. Hi, kitty, kitty. Hi. Okay, well, that's, I think, all I have to say about Sprocket for now. If you have any questions, make sure to leave me a comment. I really appreciate when you guys do that. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.